back again, and here, like I said, we're going to do some rotation components instead. So instead of rotating our guy based on like amount of degrees, we can have something else rotate over time, just all the time, or whenever you want. To be fair, you can probably do it either way. So what we're going to do is we're going to make a new class here. It's going to be an actor component because it doesn't need to be anything more higher behavior than that. We'll call it rotate, and then we'll call it custom rotate component, and then we'll stick these. I will stick these in a custom components folder because they are custom components. Okay. This one's pretty easy as well. It's arguably simpler than the interpolation stuff, so. Finally. Right. Notice the syntax is a bit different because it's a component, not a actual thingamabob. Right, so we want private. Okay, private, and we're going to need. Make this a bit more fancy than the built-in one, so I'll have edit anywhere. Yeah, blueprint, read, write, category, custom. Probably don't need the meta. So, right, float, rotation, roll, 0. Rotation, no, it's pitch your roll in it. Pitch, float, rotation, your roll. Okay, so there's that, and then we're going to have a this will be to determine whether you want them to be able to rotate. So, and we're gonna need. Well, we don't need, but this will be cool. Rotation direction, which will be randomized, so you don't get to choose that. To be fair, if you wanted to, you could make that choosable. And we're going to need a function called start rotating, basically. Delta, time, and direction. Oh no, not float even. I need a ball. Okay. So void u custom rotate component start rotating float delta time ball direction. Then what we do is we need to make on begin play, we need to randomize our thing. So to be fair, you could just make another utility function, randomize direction. So randomize direction. void u custom rotate component randomize direction, and in here we do a u int a for an efficient data type, random f math rand range between, actually no, I think because we can do this one, it's even better for this, and helper, and we can switch on random case 0, case 1, and then B rotation direction equals true, because we're just basically toggling yes or no on this, so that, and then that's called in begin play, so we can close him, and start rotating will be done on tick, so start rotating delta time and B random. Wait, what is it? Random. What did I call the thing? B rotation. There it is. And there, this guy does. You basically get F rotator current rotation equals get owner is how you get the guy that has this equipped on him. Get actor rotation. You don't need to check if get owner is not null, because if get owner is not null, this class doesn't exist. If direction is true, else. So basically, you're doing current rotation dot add delta time times rotation speed rotation. Is it pitch first? Pitch? Yeah, I think it is in the pitch or roll order. So delta time rotation pitch your delta time rotation roll. Okay, there's that. And then in the opposite direction is, as you would anticipate, stick a minus in front of all these. You don't have to worry about BODMAS because it's multiplication, addition, subtraction, so we'll do the multiplication first. And then all we have to do once you've done that is get owner set actor rotation current rotation. Okay, so that is pretty as simple as you would expect. Just add a consistent value onto the axis and they'll start rotating. But do be aware, this is not gimbal lock proof because Euler angles. This is technically Euler angling it instead of a Quaternion. A Quaternion approach would be much more difficult, but this can gimbal lock, which means if you try and do a rotation on multiple axes at certain values, it will get stuck and basically won't be able to rotate. So the free values are available to you, so you can do some dynamic rotations, but what's wrong? What? Blueprint rewrite should not be used on private. Oh, did I type that in? Do we even need this? Honestly, probably don't. Okay. Yeah, blueprint read write needs the meta equals private access. Let's just so say if we wanted want some static meshes that aren't physics based. Okay. And on these, on this guy, custom rotate, that's mine, And so we'll get this guy going 180 there, and can rotate. We'll get this guy going 180 there. This guy going 180 there. And just to see what happens if you do 2 at a time. Okay. Well, you know, rotate. Oh, they need to be movable. Yes. Hey. Yeah, he got stuck. Interesting. So this one. 180 in the pitch. What about 90 in the pitch? Interesting. Don't recall this. I guess you just can't rotate in that direction. Unless it just wasn't enough. Okay, so apparently you can't do up and down. Left and right and diagonal seem to be fine. I'm not sure what's going on this last one over here. Yeah, and you can tell he's struggling because it seems to be the pitch that's a bit broken. It basically works. I mean, you wouldn't be using this for anything too, you know, crazy mechanics-wise, but just add like this kind of effect to idle things in the scene is what I would do it for. But yeah, not too bad. What did I put on this one? Yeah, 180 in yaw and roll gives him a diagonal. I suppose you could do like minus 180. That's actually quite a nice effect. Man, it's just everything's amazing. Okay, so that's rotation components and how I've done it. There's bound to be millions of other ways of doing this. That's just one way. I know another way you could probably use the sine wave. We'll probably use the sine wave for the floating. To go up and down. And there's also like, you can also interpolate as well to get this effect. But just adding a rotation seems to be fine. But like I said, the gimbal lock is the problem with this. So a perfect system would use Quaternions, but we all know what Quaternions are like. Okay. There's that. Have fun.